All right, and we are live. So welcome everybody to this month's live stream. We've got a lot of news, product releases, events, etc. And we also have a new member who's going to be joining the live stream team. So I'd like to welcome Deepo Jose Coker. He is going to be hopefully a regular on the live stream broadcast. And, we're looking for him to boost up our subscriber count as well. So welcome, Deepo.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to being a regular contributor.
Yeah, so Deepo joined RWS, I guess, a couple months ago, and he is a senior marketing manager. And so why don't we talk just a little bit about what your role is at RWS and what are some of the things that you do?
Yeah, well, product marketing, I represent Tridion Docs, and so I'm basically here to tell you all the latest and the greatest about what the product can do. I go to shows, I go to conferences, and present the product, talk up the solutions that the product presents for you, the benefits, and also listen to the crowd, listen to what customers want, and be that person between the user and the product team, and say, well, that latest and greatest thing that you're doing, you're on the right track. That's what they want. Yeah, really push them along.
Well, that's great. Well, we're thrilled to have you on the team and to have you on the live stream as well. And so what I'd like to do is, why don't we go through the agenda? So we've got a number of different things. Let me just go to the agenda slide over here. And okay. Well, it's the agenda slides up, and now let's talk about. So we went through welcoming Deepo to the team. Let's talk about the new branding. So I don't know if some of you have recognized, but we've got a whole new branding. Yeah, exactly. We've got new logos. And lots of different interpretations. I know the RWS team was really working hard on this branding, and I love the whole concept of the two pins. And you might not be able to see it, but one's a quotation mark, and the other one is a pin, like what you'd have in Google. And the idea about having content in context, in the proper context, I think is a really good theme for our company, and I'm really thrilled to see that coming through the design. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on the new branding and the design.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. When I first saw it, it was just yeah, that's it. We're a content solutions company. So wherever you are, the pin, we talk to you. The speech mark.
Yeah.
Brilliant,
Totally.
Yeah. And the colors, I love the colors. I mean, we've got so many, you can see from our backgrounds, we've got so much to play with, and so many ways to play with words and the colors and all of that. Yeah, look out for many webinars that I'll be doing, my presentations and all of that sort of stuff. On my LinkedIn posts, you see that coming through, loads of vibrant colors, from the whole team. Excellent.
Yeah. It resonates really deeply for me. I was writing a blog post saying, hello, welcome to Content Champions. So the latest project I've been working on, new community group on RWS community. And we announced the Hello World rebranding. And I was like, okay, how do I tell people I was working on this hello post before we released Hello World? And I was like, this hello world, it's it's the what you do when you write any program.
Your first code. Hello world.
In the development engineering space. So I went back to my very first blog post, and that also was titled Hello World. I was like, wow, 18 years ago. And it still feels fresh, along with the colors and the announcement. We've long had this phrase: create, translate, and deliver. And now we're rebranding it to generate, transform, and protect. And there's so much behind that, and it's going to be nice, kind of getting the message out and showing what RWS is all about.
Yeah. And I think that one of the weak spots of RWS, like prior to the sort of rebranding, new message, direction, etc., was that there was always a split between, the translation, localization side and the content side. But really, they're all together. And I think that this new messaging like emphasizes that togetherness and the fact that you really shouldn't be thinking about one without the other.
And the thing is, like, the products were already doing that, the connectors were there, so that flow was already there. We just weren't saying it out loud.
Yeah, totally. Well, it's funny because when I do my Tridion demos, I talk about the easy button, the fact that you can press one button and then all of a sudden, your content is getting translated into 15 different languages and knows how to come back into the right place and get published out to the right endpoints. It's so powerful. So on that note, we'll go on to agenda point number 3, which is around the Small World Studio. So this is also like another thing that we've been doing for a long time, but we haven't gotten the message out that we do have, I would say, almost like a digital agency type of part of RWS that can help people with their global rollouts of content, designs, etc. And that really capitalizes on, the foundation that we have in localization and in content technology. So I'm going to be showing a short video of the Small World Studio. So at the end of the live stream, and then also next month we're going to have them on the Travel, Leisure, and Hospitality webinar, which happens the day before the live stream. I don't know, guys, what are your thoughts on the Small World Studio?
I was at the International Franchise Expo and trying to tell franchises about content, structured content and all of that. And quite a few of them walk by and go like, oh, well, can you create, I see your messaging, can you create that for me? And I'm new to the company. I did not know Small World yet, but an email just came past the day before. And so I was able to just say, well, hey, let's just hop onto the site, the website. There you go. Boom. I played the video. And they were like, yeah, that's what I want. I'll put you in touch with the right people. Don't worry.
Yeah. I love the fact that we have the end-to-end solutions in the company. So historically, working with a content management system, you're often working with a boutique design agency, some other agency, and a lot of decisions are like, oh, that's up to your designers, that's up to the rebranding, that's up to someone else. And other requirements like accessibility, for example. It's like, okay, our products can make and enable accessible experiences, but the actual requirements of stuff, that's something you bring. But we have these services in-house across the content supply chain to if you wanted for us to design something, if you wanted us to build your applications, and then even accessibility remediation, as well as Small World Studio. So I'm not saying that we come in all together for every single project, because customers pick and choose and they have their partners and everything. But we have those services where it's needed. And we're not just content or translation, it's the full end-to-end.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point. Like if customers already have a design agency that they're working with, what we could do is we could augment and supplement and help give that global perspective and not replace the whole, relationships that a customer already might have with an existing design agency. And I'm really looking forward to people being able to capitalize on the content that they have and really roll it out into a global context. I'm still amazed at how many customers, sort of think, oh, well, I can just translate my website into, only three different languages. And then, they'll all just be cookie cutter websites, as opposed to what you could really do with our software, which is, roll out specific experiences to the whole world, multi-region, and don't just do 3 or 4 languages. We've got the tools so that you can efficiently do 20 different languages and really connect with people at a cultural level, at a regional level. It's so powerful. And it makes an impact to the bottom line. Like if you connect with people, you're much more likely to get them interested in your products and services.
Yeah.
So we have two exciting product releases. So we've got Tridion Sites 10.1.1, which has been released. And this is a nice release because it brings advanced search into experience space. And that was something that people have been asking for as they're moving into experience space and doing all the nice content authoring in this beautiful new UI, but the advanced search didn't make it over. So now in 10.1.1, you could do advanced search, and not only can you do advanced search as an exact match to what you could do in the classic UI, but every single time we bring in these list views into experience space, all of a sudden you get filtering, you get sorting, you get export to CSV. It's a great release. You can either get the full installer or you can get a fix pack as well. So if you've already moved to 10.1, just apply the fix pack and then you're on 10.1.1. So it's a very exciting release, and we're going to be coming up with Tridion 10.1.2 later on this year. I think probably around the December timeframe, and that's where we're going to do the same thing with the translation queue. So now the entire translation queue is going to be available in experience space as well. So I love the direction. I love that we're bringing over functionality into experience space. And then the next one, I think, like literally 10 minutes ago, we got word that Tridion Docs 15.2 is a go. So Dippo, I don't know if you want to make a mention about 15.2.
Yeah, I mean, like that's my product, and it's my first big launch, so it's like, big for me. We've got a webinar, all set up for that. So go on to the events page, Tridion Docs 15.2, 25th of June. It's 5 o'clock for me, so I think I wrote it down. It's 11 o'clock Eastern and 8 o'clock in the morning for Pacific zones, and basically, hello 15.2, and come and say hello to 15.2 on that day. We've got I'll be in on that webinar. So I want to start talking about why we made some of these changes. And like I said, my role is also to go out in the world, find out what the market's saying, what are people wanting, and let people know what feedback came and helped us feed this, the features that we put in here. So some of the new features in here, powerful use of variables in draft space. So that's draft space has got a little bit more kick, improved usability, new translation management features coming into organized space. So it's simplifying that review process. So you're able to review translations right there in the interface, and there's improvements done to that. There's metadata management, configuration, filtering translation jobs. The list goes on. There's conflict resolution. There's improvements coming into that conflict resolution. So when two people have been working on the same file, the way that you resolve those is there's, I'm not going to give away the baby here. I want you to attend the webinar. So just little teasers here. Document history, and that's another great thing for audit purposes. That's better at rendering changes in tables. That was there was a tiny little issue there that's been fixed. Updates to how our APIs work, and moves to a newer, better, more secure API ability to engage with different ones. Managing those. Tridion Docs Genius also got some love in there. There's loads of improvements coming up there. So you'll be able to see a live demo of all these new features, and you also get a glimpse into the future roadmap.
Yeah. I think
reminder 25th of June, right? 25th of June.
Oh, well, I got a new a slide that I'll come up with in just a second on that. Alvin, any thoughts on sites 10.1.1 or Docs 15.2?
Yes, both.
Okay.
For 10.1.1 and 10.1.2 that's coming out, I like this release vehicle where you can just patch the system. Actually, it runs automatically, so you don't have to pick and choose files and manually update things, and it has minimal impact to your database and content manager. So you don't have to do parallel environments. You can run it in place, low risk and good amount of value with advanced search. Advanced search is one of those features where if you talk to customers in the classic UI, which is built for like 640 by 320 kind of screens, or 640 by 400, right? The icon for the search is so tiny that a lot of users did not realize we even had that feature. So these users are going to come and experience this place. Oh, what's this brand new feature? I'm like, yep, that's new. Enjoy. So excited about that. And then for the features, Depot, you're talking about for docs, I'm always impressed when we're showing our software and solutions to tech writers. Well, colleague Nigel will be showing something like AI and everything, or Sarah will be showing something, and then they'll go into document history. Like, oh, could you show me the history thing over there, and then go into the details, and yeah, it's impressive how there's the big shiny things that the businesses are wanting, like, oh, give us AI in the system and the portal, which is important, but then just down to the day to day. So I think a lot of people will be excited, and you'll get a lot of questions in the webinar on June 25th. June 25th.
25th.
Let me change the slide so we can go through like all of the events. And actually, I guess the first one, Dippo, is one that you've got on June 11th. The AI.
I'm really excited for this one. I'm getting together with my friends at Scriptorium and Data Conversion Laboratory. Sarah O'Keefe, everyone knows Sarah, and Marianne Khalil Hanna. And we're going to be updating. We presented at Convex San Jose, and it was basically preparing your organization for AI. What are the steps that you need to do? And like we all know that structured content is that basic, brick that you need to start putting into place. But what else do you need to do? So we're going to be looking at that. We've revamped it. We had a live session, people playing with Legos. Come and see how we're going to manage that, in an online setting. So that's on the 11th. That's 9 o'clock Pacific and 12 Eastern, and that's 6 o'clock Central European time. I've always got to. I work with so many time zones.
Oh, I know. And I saw some photos of you at Convex with the Lego giveaways.
Oh,
It's brilliant, and it's a great metaphor for us. And coincidentally, I think we've got a lot of Lego fans. Not just on this call, but within the organization. So the next event that we've got is actually a live event, June 15th to 19th. We're going to have a booth at DIA 2025 at the Global Annual Meeting. I don't know, are any of you two going to be attending that meeting?
My colleague is going to be there. Sabrina's going to be up there, representing product marketing up there. Okay. So, big pharma type meeting. We'll be presenting Fonto 1. And that's the solution built specially, just it was actually built in conjunction with one of our big pharma partners. So all their requirements, we basically built something for them, and it's so good. It's market.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to start to bring in some Fonto 1 into the Tridion live stream as well, because for those of you who don't know, Fonto 1 is a solution for the pharma industry, but it uses Tridion Docs as a back end, and so it's a special tooling that's on top of Tridion Docs. It's super powerful. So we'll start to roll those guys into the live stream as well. And then what we've got, as we mentioned before, June 25th is going to be the webinar for Docs 15.2. And by the way, there's a shortcut that everybody can take just to get to the right place in the RWS site. Just put in Tridion.com into your browser, and then that'll take you into the Tridion world within RWS, and then you can press the events, and then you can see the events listed. I don't think we've got the webinar listed there.
Should be coming up. I saw the last proof, so should be coming up in next few hours.
So that's a good place to go. And then next month on July 2nd, right before Independence Day, I'm going to be doing another webinar on nuances of global content, and that's going to be on LinkedIn. So we also do webinars on LinkedIn. We do the LinkedIn Live, and on that one, I'm going to have some people from the Small World Studios come in to talk about like global content. What does it mean to be rolling out content to the world, etc. So that should be a very fun webinar as well. And that for that one, go to linkedin.com, find the Tridion page, and then follow that page, because that's where we do some of our events. And I think we're going to be doing more and more of our events just directly on LinkedIn. It seems to get it seems to be able to pull more people into an event. Alvin, do you have any other events, for Content Champions coming up?
No, later on we're going to the LavaCon conference. That's more on structured content. Depot and I will be there in Atlanta in October. On Content Champions, I am slowly recruiting and getting more people involved. So I have 2 questions on there. One is, what would you like to see? Because it's, like I mentioned, it's a new project, new group. So if you see an invite from me, please consider accepting and joining the conversations. And the other one is what you call yourselves. What's your title, your official titles? What's your hidden title or your nickname? Like Elucidator. Elucidator is one that we have here. Julie's come up with from our own elucidators, our own tech writers. So if you have something like that, I'd love to get your comments, get your thoughts, get the discussions going. And you can find it on RWS community under the Tridion portfolio.
Okay.
And it's Content Champions. So we're welcoming and hello to our Content Champions.
That's fun. I like elucidator. I mean, sometimes people call me the content therapist. I'm literally going through and like asking all these questions, like, oh, so your chatbot gave you 5 different answers. Have you considered that you might have 5 different versions of your content published? Things along those lines. So I love that, Alvin. So let me. So I think we're at time right now. So don't, unless there's any final thoughts, or and I'd like everybody to stay on the live stream, because I'll show a quick video of Small World Studio, and then we'll wrap it up and see everybody next month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks, everyone. And let me get this started.